Animes for Jerks.
I love the smell of fingers in the morning. Smells like
anime.
But what is anime?
You have to ask Dicksniffers. I'm not Dicksniffers.
Hello and welcome to another great episode of a bunch of Dicksniffers talk about anime. It's the 20th episode, fellas. Be excited.
Hey.
Be excited. Surprised we did this for this long. With me, I have returning to his homeland, Taylor. He is here.
20th episode.
He is back. We knew he would come back. He's like a boomerang. He always comes back.
Like Aqua.
Exactly. Speaking of Aqua, we have the leader of the Axis cult, Kareem here.
They're flocking.
He's here. We have the leader of the Eris cult, Ari.
Hello.
Eris pads her chest.
And
I don't mind.
And we have one of the various Crimson Demon clan, Carlos.
I'd rather be called Chum Chum Maru.
Chun Chun Maru. And we have whatever the hell darkness is, Dave.
Fucking harder daddy.
A pervert?
Yeah. He's not good. He's boobs. He is boobs.
I am boobs.
That's who he
I'm
is.
down with that.
That is A-okay.
If you haven't noticed, on this grand adventure of the 20th episode, we are covering our first show that we ever covered on this, Konosuba, God's Blessing in Another World. Exactly. Yes, that was our first episode, buddy.
Damn, that is... And it feels like so long ago, but yes and no.
Like what, 4 months ago maybe? 5 months?
Maybe.
We've gone a long way.
Something like that. Oh yeah, we've only gotten better from the start.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we're great. No.
And they traded guffaws like two oppositely shaped Santa Clauses. Alright. So before we get into our main topic, do we have any stories we want to talk about at the top? Any anime or any life shit?
I took a vacation last week after a 33-hour work week, and then I spent this week working my ass off again.
Vacation, it's all I ever wanted.
Yeah, well, I was planning to go to Philadelphia, and we ended up in Maryland.
Well, that happens.
Gotta get away.
And then Friday, I went to the Museum of Art in... turns out, the price to walk in, to actually go in and into the Met, is recommended or suggested. Meaning you can pay whatever the fuck you want.
That's pretty dope. I'll keep that in mind. In case
How much did you pay?
Like, we paid $30 for my mom and I.
30?
Well, like, we paid $30 total for the two of us. But, like, from what I gather, if you could pay, like, as little as $1 and they can't reject you.
Huh.
And the...
Yeah, I mean, they work yourself on donations, I think, don't they?
Yeah, that is literally the donation.
That is pretty cool.
But, and like they even had a fucking, from what I understand, they may have had a legal suit, which forced them to stop using the word recommended price and instead suggested price.
Huh.
I want a legal suit. I want to look nice, you know? I want to look spiffy.
Well, you know,
Sorry about that, guys.
You're disgusting. You disgusting.
I got it after having my trip.
Tell us about your trip.
Went on Carnival cruise, and so I visited Jamaica and Cayman Island. And the thing is, I stayed up playing with my brother and my dad's girlfriend's two sons, Chris and Kevin. We played Monopoly at around 12. Now around like 3 a.m. This woman comes to us. She's around her 30s, and she asked us, "Hey, we want to do a little praying or whatever here. Do you guys mind if like this was a closed room? It looked like a library, like slash library slash game room. And it's at night. It's empty. The only ones there are my group, and theirs. And yeah, go for it. We don't care if you do a little praying on the side. Go for it." We started playing Monopoly, and within 5 minutes of it, we realized that we were talking really loud. And when we actually stopped talking to one another, we realized that this group, they're not doing some light praying. They're fucking chanting in tongues. That video I sent earlier, a little record. No. I was recording me and my brother and recording our group talking, but they were so loud that that's the main thing that you could only hear in my video.
I may drop that into this recording. It pretty much, if you know the song
Fucking interesting.
by Blue Suede, "Can't Stop This Feeling Deep Inside of Me," it sounds like the beginning of that song. If you watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, good shot.
So
Just needs a 3D rendered dancing baby over it, right?
Exactly.
So let me give a little bit of context about this. There's this big white guy, he's older, really, he's on the heavier side, and he's just chanting a deep. My brother thinks he was doing tongues, and we just at one point we hear just 3 names.
It sounds like a white nationalist rally.
I'm not sure what it was. No, but it couldn't have been. So the thing is, so it was a white guy. I'm assuming it was his white wife, and then 2 other black girls, and they were all dressed in white. They were all around 30, 40, maybe even 50.
So KKK rally.
Yeah, did they have hoods on?
There were 2 black girls. So
Well, alright,
And the
so
question still stands, I think, right?
you can be racist against...
Do you not know there's some actual African Americans who support the KKK?
Yeah. There's a few black clanners out there.
how does that work?
They have self-hatred.
Oh, like Uncle Ruckus.
Or like me.
No relation.
Well, but yeah, and
Or Clayton Bixby.
throughout the chanting, we heard the names Jehovah, Shikra, and I forgot the third one, but it was scary. I thought that they were trying to summon Cthulhu or something.
It's not that easy.
How do you know?
Sounds like Jehovah's Witnesses. If you're saying Jehovah, then just
No. If you want to summon my dear Lord Cthulhu, you need multiple blood sacrifices, some very rare key artifacts.
Yeah.
You're gonna need. It's really pretty.
You have to go down to Rilia and
They
go.
also did say, open the gates of heaven, open the gates of hell.
No, alright, they're not Satanists then. Fucking Satanists don't fuck with heaven, man. That shit's for pussies. You know what I'm saying,
it's
Kareem?
boring, man. Clouds and a bunch of guys playing, I don't know, fucking dominoes or some shit.
Hell's where all the cool people go. Everyone knows it.
So
Yeah,
whatever the
but
fuck it
smokes
was.
weed. He's a fucking cool guy. He throws raging keggers.
You want to smoke this devil grass?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Kickflip.
Roll one up, homie. Let's do this shit.
Fuck that was though. The following day, when they were doing this Mardi Gras party on the outside, we turned to the side and looked inside that room again, and there they were again. 2 other people, also dressed in white, and they were coming to the door to close it and lock it, so that no music from the Mardi Gras party outside would filter into the room, because they were they were chanting again, and dude, it was just the weirdest shit ever.
I wonder if they were
Devil's music.
I wonder if they were Wiccans or something. The only experience I have with Wiccans is a weird chick in college, which I'm pretty sure every Wiccan is just a weird person.
Arguably.
But they could have been Wiccans or some other kind of pagan religion.
I know a lot of like really southern Christian groups. Like some of them like to do like tongues and shit, and that sounds like it might be like a Jehovah's Witness thing or something like that.
Tongues is just the religious version of scat. You know, Scatman John was speaking in tongues. Exactly. Whoa, careful there, buddy. Be careful there, buddy. You know what you're gonna summon with all that talk.
I would like to mention though that I'm not like I was entertained by it. I enjoyed it. I'm not scared of it. You know, like dude, this is something really cool that's happening that I'm witnessing.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m. in this secluded boat that we don't have, like the possibilities are endless, and like I know this will stay in my memories for a long ass time, and it's a story that I will tell. Dude, like how often does that happen? How often does that happen?
It's a good story, man.
People. I would say at least once a Sunday in some really fucking weird churches, probably.
And also the forests of Florida have a lot of those types of people. They're usually on meth, though.
It's a fun game called Religious Nut or Homeless Person. you can usually tell because they have nicer shirts on.
Buy at your local game store today.
The homeless people?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Oh, those axe occultists.
I have a story.
How many of you are sick, by the way?
It's not as cool as Carlos's story, but...
Tell us about your cool story, Taylor.
Alright, thank you. The game Destiny 2 is coming out soon.
Alright.
Yes.
I like Destiny, so I go to pre-order it from GameStop. I happen to go the same weekend that they're giving away fidget spinners, specifically for the game.
I didn't know you were 12. You look it, but I didn't know.
No, I hate fidget spinners.
Alright.
So let me continue the story. So I get one, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then my girlfriend is like, I believe you're one of those people now owning a fidget spinner. I was like, yeah.
It's like the mark of Cain.
It's a special. Just like sell it on eBay for half the price of the K and $30. She looks at me, she goes, that's ridiculous. Like $2. And I was like, oh well, I bet it's still going to sell for at least $30. And out of curiosity, she pulls up eBay. This is literally giving out the fidget spinners, and it was like, day. The first listing. Guess how much it was?
Probably like $60 or something.
Nope, higher.
$100?
Higher.
200.
Higher.
Street Biddy.
201. I'm gonna price this right this shit.
He showed the shit to me, you guys need to go higher.
Is it 5,000?
Hey, it was $900.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
For this fidget spinner that GameStop gave away for free for anybody who put $5 down on the game.
That's number one.
Were there any bids on it, or was it just somebody being an asshole putting up that for the starting price?
It had 9 bids on it.
Oh, good God. Okay, so people were actually willing to pay that much fucking money for this goddamn thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Did you get that cash money?
Yeah.
Did you put up
Didn't get that much money.
Did you put up a eBay listing?
Because then I also saw other people who immediately put their listings up. We went up to like.
And did you do it?
What?
Did you try to sell it?
Think about doing it like this week since the game comes out.
I would do it as soon as possible. There's gonna be an influx of those on the market.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would sell that shit immediately because that's fucking red for 1 month, dude.
I can't believe I witnessed a fidget spinner sell for almost $1,000.
Sell it right now before it drops in price.
Dude, man, like, we finally got those things at the store to sell them to and shit, and like, I think the market's finally starting to crash in those fucking things.
Dude, you gotta get into this shit now before it goes up in price, like fucking bitcoins, man.
Yeah, man, like fucking Dogecoin, brother. Fucking get it while it's
What about
hot.
Feathercoin?
Feathercoin. No one.
I figure, like, at
Wait.
the very worst, if we don't sell them before school gets back in session, they're all banned from schools for being annoying and distracting. We can throw them into, like, grab bags and shit, and those will go pretty well.
Carlos, no one knows what feather coins are. Feather coins are for the weird people that smoke cocaine, man. And like Bitcoins are for the people that buy synthetic weed online. So you know how weird the feather coin people have to be.
Guys, I just realized, well, why isn't there, like, an anime-based Bitcoin?
I think there is actually.
Guys, if there's not, we need to get the fuck on this shit. We can fucking start making some goddamn money.
Bitcoin?
Weebu coin.
Weeb coins, yeah, I don't know, like waifu coins or
Waifu
something.
coin.
Actually, there
yes.
kind of already is, but it's not specifically anime. It's a Bitcoin attached to storage. And it basically works similar to BitTorrent.
Huh. Well, they both got bit in the name, so I guess it's already branded. That's how brands work, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You just throw a lowercase I in front of it, it'll sell like for twice the price and shit. trust me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking
Like the Iraq and the Iran, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun to laugh in the tempestuous world we live in now.
We have fun here. We have fun.
Do we really?
Any other fun stories from this gaggle of goofs?
I got a guinea pig named him Jojo.
Did you name it JoJo or did your girlfriend name it JoJo?
I suggested the name Jojo, and she was like, yeah, we're doing that. I'm like, we can think of other names too. She's like, nah, it's gonna be that one.
Okay.
So his name's Jojo. He's a good little boy.
Good thing you didn't get a gerbil, because apparently the gerbils were responsible for spreading the Black Plague.
I thought it was rats.
Those were rats, dude.
I thought so too, until I saw John Oliver cover it and point out that it was gerbils, apparently.
Were gerbils?
And we all know John Oliver is always right.
Exactly.
I don't know. I got British.
He's British and he looks like a parrot, so he's probably right.
Yeah, don't forget, he's being sued right now by the coal companies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the largest coal company.
And like he had an interview on Colbert, and Colbert asked him, "What do you think of this?" And he was like, just laughing. We got this. Nothing's gonna happen.
No, he was laughing because, that's the one question I can't answer.
And he seemed very convinced that it was going to blow over.
I don't know, because John Oliver wanted to talk about it, but he couldn't because he promised his fucking producer he wanted to talk about it hours before the fucking interview.
Yeah. It's fun. I like those guys. Call me a liberal cuck if you will.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you remember when Stephen Colbert testified before the Senate Judicial Committee back in 2005?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. It was great.
It was gorgeous.
He was in character too for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Alright, Ari, you seem to be volunteering to talk into a microphone.
Yes, I am voluntarily talking into my microphone.
Tell us about 2 anime that you watched, not about 5.
Alright, so let's go with, well, I just watched the new episode of Gamers today.
Alright, that show... Alright.
It's a great cool down from last week's episode, which was absolutely hysterical and out the wazoo of misunderstandings.
So yeah,
the wazoo, you say?
I'm watching this because Ari keeps talking to me about it, and it's like your typical high school rom-com sort of thing. They do have a little bit of knowledge about video games, like, for example, they go into arcades and you see Persona 4 Arena on the game systems and stuff. So they do have some knowledge, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of a slice of life, teen misunderstanding love confession thing.
Yeah.
Where everyone in the show seems to be dumb as fucking bricks for all the misunderstandings they have.
Wait until you get to episode 5, Dean.
I'm caught up.
Oh, you fucking caught up too?
Yeah. Did you realize that the main blonde chick's name is Karen Tendo?
Yeah. Damn it, really?
They thought they were so clever.
They are clever. I didn't get it for the first millisecond.
And it's fun. It's got its funny moments. I got kind of sick of all the misunderstandings because at some point there's a there's a bar where like, all right, this is not realistic. Realistically, human beings do not get confused about this much, and they would actually go talk to like their significant other about this sort of thing, or with their friends about this sort of thing.
But see, that's not the point of it. The point of it is to make fun of romantic comedies
Yeah,
by
I guess.
making everything.
But there are other shows that do that better, so I would want to go watch those instead.
Oh.
Oh.
Like, my teen romantic comedy, Snafu, is fucking hilarious, because it plays on all the tropes of everything, and the main character is just a really cynical asshole about everything, about all the situations he finds himself in.
Hey, it's you.
I can send you to the timeout room. I
know you can.
I can send you to the chambers, Dave.
I mean, I know you can.
You can't escape the truth!
I mean, you can if you just fucking ban. Don't.
Alright. So Ari, what is it that you like about gamers?
The fact, just honestly, it was the fact that they just really, really can't learn how to talk properly like normal, adults would. So it just really makes everything stacked on each other. It's just like, okay, this understanding, now let's see. Oh, I think that this person's cheating with this person, and if he looks at me this way, it must mean that it's true. Everything, and
but it's like it's a love hexagon by now.
That sounds contrived.
It is contrived. It's a love hexagon by now, and the characters are fun.
It's a pentagram.
I guess it is a pentagram. It's a love Star of David.
Tesseract.
Hey, leave me the fuck out of this shit.
It's an Engon.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
His name is David. Oh.
Bad joke.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's it.
Good stuff, guys.
Ari, question. With the number of characters that they have, would it qualify as a love amplituhedron?
No.
That's a good band name, though. Whatever the fuck that was. Love what now?
Epilohedron. I can't pronounce it. When you get up to those levels of sides on
I got you covered.
On a polygon, I stumble over the words.
Yeah.
It's an amplituhedron.
There you go.
And posting an image now.
I'm gonna read that word. Fuck is that? Amplitude. Oh, that's a lot of. My God, it's full of stars.
Yeah.
They should have sent a poet.
And as for the other show that I want to talk about, possibly my favorite show of the season, and I definitely think it's a really strong contender for Anime of the Year, Made in Abyss.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about this show. I haven't started it because it sounds really good, and I don't want to be sucked in.
Yeah, I watched like half the first episode, but I kind of fell asleep watching it because it was late and I was feeling shitty last night. But I liked what I saw of it, though.
Dave, you feel shitty every day. Don't lie to us.
Yeah, arguably, but yesterday especially.
Oh, all right.
So it's.
Hold on. The name is a dark with that Made in the Abyss, and yet it has that type of an art style.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cutesy from what it was talking about and stuff.
Oh yeah.
How dark and gritty is it?
Well, I don't believe it's truly gotten to the point yet, but basically the premise of it is that they live in a town that's built around an abyss that I guess they found years ago, and that's how it was founded. And the abyss has like special properties to it, so the lower you descend, the more it starts affecting you when you try to climb back up.
So Diablo 1.
I guess, yeah.
The anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of has like a Hunter vibe a little bit to it. It's like really kind of cutesy looking on the surface with like big monster shit.
Speaking of Hunter, aren't we missing someone?
We are missing someone. Hunter's got a case of the tummies. He's out today for the first time. Actually, this is the first episode he's missed.
Sounds like he was affected by the abyss.
Yes, he was.
He might be just be fucking trying to ditch us and shit because he didn't post the fucking interview.
God. 2 weeks. 2
We're on
weeks.
to you.
And we were all here. We heard me say to him, "Send me the file," on air on the last episode.
Yes, we did.
Hey, some of us have been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I just want to know if
Where's
I'm
the
gonna
recording?
like an attorney or something from the shit my girlfriend said.
Yeah, you might want to talk to someone.
Yeah, I probably should actually. I'm gonna call somebody.
Yeah. But like right now, they're currently in the second layer of the abyss. The thing goes down for like 20,000 kilometers. So it's built up into like different layers. Let me see if I can look up really quick, like some of the specific side effects from the abyss that they mentioned.
Yeah, I know in like episode 1, she's in like the 200 meter. It's basically just like a giant petrified forest she's hanging out in, and she's in like basically like the fucking like baby version of it, where like, hey, like go dig in this forest for a little bit and like get some, I don't know, like fuck you berries or something, you know.
Ari, did you say 20,000 kilometers?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 20,000 meters.
Oh, okay. So 20 kilometers then. Okay, I was about to say.
Pretty big.
Yeah,
Deep ass
That's a
cave.
lot of walk.
yes, it's deep. Okay, no, yeah, sorry.
That's my wife, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
It's just gaping, man. It's just.
Yeah.
I've
But
seen
I
videos
definitely
of this.
remember, like,
So,
even in the second layer, the main character has shown signs of like throwing up and being nauseated just from trying to ascend within the same layer, because like they reached a camp.
Oh, so you get like the bends and shit from going back up again?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much. Except
Eric.
it intensifies as you go down in layer and try to go up.
for reference for our viewers, 20 kilometers is the distance between us and the stratosphere.
Yeah,
It's pretty far.
it's
Also,
pretty
deeper than Mariana Trench, I believe, isn't it?
Mariana's Trench?
I think that
Mariana's.
thing's like 14, maybe? 'Cause it's like 7 miles, isn't it?
Average of 200 kilometers to the east. Oh, no, that's east. Depth.
200 kilometers. Shit.
20 kilometers. Sorry,
Okay.
11 kilometers. 10,000.
Yes.
10,994 meters.
Yeah, let me
Numbers.
link a picture right here of how the abyss looks.
Reminds me of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Big ass pit.
That's big.
Yeah, and
Thanks, Carlos.
so
And it's big too.
That's what she said?
Yeah, it's big.
yeah, and I actually liked the way how they presented the, learning the effects of the abyss in the second episode. They just went and made a puppet show of it.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, like it actually knows how to do good storytelling and world building. So it gets you interested in the world.
Yeah, it's
And-
really cool what I've seen of it so far.
Yeah, and it definitely is getting darker as it goes on, slowly but surely. Like, I believe the main character was actually born in like the 6th layer and was brought up in a
Gondola or
relic
something?
that prevented her from taking on the effects, but she has to wear glasses because she's been affected by the abyss. And
You keep saying affected, but so like, is it a different effect every time? Like, when you say effect, it's very ambiguous what you mean. So like, what are they? Symptoms, mental illnesses? What's going on?
I'm trying to find where they specifically, because there's different ones, and it made a point about referencing it.
Like the fruits in One Piece, that each layer is a different symptom. Fruit or something like that. Some fruit and gives you this. That's the first layer. The fire fruit, I don't know.
Those are more like powers, aren't they, than like symptoms? Like
Strange
it sounds kind of like he's talking about like when you go deep sea diving and you try to like ascend too fast, you get like the bends where it like fucks up like your like, blood pressure and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm reading into this right now. It's actually a curse.
It's a curse.
And the curse changes with every 10 meters you descend.
Ooh, that sounds like kind of like some Dark Souls shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
And by the way, it's called the Strains of Ascension.
There we go.
Sounds fucking cool.
The curse.
Yeah.
And so you're saying right now, like we're halfway through the year, that this could be the anime of the year?
Yeah.
Could be the show of the year?
I thought we said that about another show last week.
Compared to Boku no Hero Academia?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
What
All
about-
right,
compared to
you got me
the
sold.
other right answer, which you haven't watched?
Like, the problem is like every thread, you know, manga readers keep going like, oh man, I can't wait until it gets to a certain point, and they keep alluding to it. And
Yeah, but doesn't that apply to almost every anime that comes from a manga?
yeah, but they're specifically alluding to a certain part in it that occurs, which now I believe it's actually going to occur past the anime's ending point. So if they make a second season, it'll definitely cover that.
So then that begs the question about how does it manage tension?
It manages tension very well, actually.
Like, how so?
So, like,
I'm asking you this because I'm going to bring it up later in reference to Shino, whatever it's called.
sure. So basically, just like in Hunter x Hunter, which is kind of why it reminded me of it, the main character is basically trying to find her mom, who's apparently waiting for her at the bottom of the abyss.
That's not spooky.
It must be really
because,
cursed.
because they have like a whistle system going on where it has like different types of whistles. So like basically all the newbies that are learning how to dive are red whistles, then goes to blue whistles for if you can go down a bit further, and it also lets you be an assistant to someone higher up. Then there's black whistles who are like instructors. Or no, moon whistles are instructors. Black whistles are basically experienced raiders. And then you have the white whistles, which are the legends, basically. And as was kind of shown in the most recent episode, they kind of each are able to like control a specific relic or something, because they encounter a white whistle who uses it to show them how a relic works. And it's very interesting.
Isn't there also like a robot or something in it too? Because I met him in the first episode.
Literally, the first episode, they meet him. He's basically a robot, but he's pretty much anatomically correct to human.
Can you fuck it?
He actually does have a penis.
Cool.
Is
What?
that canonical?
They specifically keep mentioning that point, and they make a joke about it, and he's just gets flustered every time. He's like, "What? You checked me?"
The robot's got a penis and he also has emotions. We're gonna fucking die.
And you know, he doesn't really remember anything because he obviously came from somewhere in the abyss. Because in the letter to the main character, her mother basically was showing like depictions of different relics that she's seen, and one of them looked very similar to him. So it's like, oh, I'm a relic then. But some of the creatures definitely are pretty dark. Like, I think a few episodes ago there was like a bird type creature that basically fools people into thinking that, you know, like it's giving a cry for help, like someone's giving a cry for help, but then you just like see it, and the bird is feasting on a corpse, and it's making the call itself to try and lure people in.
Oh, it's fucked up. I like it.
Yeah. And it kind of continues to get there, at least from what I can see, and there also seems to be, I guess, a saying amongst everyone in the town that basically what comes from the abyss will eventually return to the abyss, and that can even include people. So, it's just really, really good world building, and I think one of the artists from Studio Ghibli is actually working on it, which is why it seems so similar to one of their films.
Huh. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember this all off the top of my head. I wish I'd probably prepared for it a bit better, but I just really think the show is fascinating, and once it ends, I'm going to read the manga like hell.
Huh. That
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Anyone else have stuff to say, or should we move on to our main activity topic?
Has anyone seen Defenders yet?
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I watched the whole fucking
Because
thing.
holy shit, that opening
was amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool, dude.
I'm upset they still haven't gotten Iron Fist right. As someone that loves the comics, they still haven't.
Fuck.
Wait, which one have they got not gotten right?
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. He's kind of a baby, isn't he?
Iron Fist should be the best martial artist, like, pretty much in the Marvel Universe.
I'm kind of hoping that he's, like, grown the fuck up before Iron Fist Season 2, because he was kind of a little bitch in the first season.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. And it's just like, hey, do you know who I am? I'm the immortal Iron Fist. He's like the Marvel superhero version of, like, do you know who my dad is? He owns a dealership.
And, like, he's always kind of goofy.
Well, he is a rich kid who happened to lose his parents, so he kind of does have a hole he needs to fill.
Yeah. In the comics, he was always kind of goofy and kind of lighthearted about
compensating
stuff. So it's not that weird for him to, you know, be kind of aloof in some things, but I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'm just ready for him to actually, like, you know, get past this part of his character arc and actually become, like, a kick-ass, like, cool person as opposed to just, like, being, like, a little whiny bitch with, like, anger issues, you know? Because he's kind of a turd right now.
Oh, yeah, no, that's why I was... as far as I can tell, the best thing he has going for him right now is everyone else. Because, oh my god, like, episode 3 or 4 something like that, what's his name? Luke just lays it down on him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that Luke just did some tough love. Like, look, man, you're being a little piece of shit right now. And he's just like, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. He's like, shut the fuck up.
No,
bitch.
you're
like,
privileged.
okay.
You're a privileged rich white kid.
Look here, you white milquetoast motherfucker.
Milquetoast.
I'm not done with it yet, but I'm liking it. I really like this Daredevil. This is the best Daredevil we ever got.
He's a really fucking good Daredevil, yeah.
Like, even in animation, I can't think of a better Daredevil, like, in
I
some of the
actually
Marvel
got to meet
stuff.
that actor in person. He's a really cool person.
You met Charlie Cox?
Right?
Amazing.
Charlie Cox?
Charlie Cox, yeah. He's a fucking cool guy. I like him. Like, he's really, like, into the character and stuff, and he's really good at what he does.
You know, the one thing I really liked is that halfway through Daredevil Season 2, like a few episodes after they introduced the lecturer, I just totally lost fucking interest in it.
Exactly.
So now that I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, I kind of get what's going on, and I really don't need to watch the rest of Daredevil right now.
Yeah, they kind of
They
fumbled.
filled it in just enough.
They fumbled
Season
Elektra
2.
stuff and the Hand stuff in Season 2 of Daredevil, but the Punisher stuff was fucking incredible.
It was so good it made the second half of the season seem shitty.
Yeah.
It was. No, I have to admit, it was. I still didn't like the actor.
Oh, by the way, guys, stay till the very end of the credits in the Defenders, because they have a trailer for Punisher at the very end of it.
Dope.
For which episode?
The very end, like 8th episode. Stay after the credits go. I know Netflix likes to make you think, like, hey, watch this show instead. Be like, click off that shit. Watching the end of the credits, there's a thing for Punisher.
Or just
I thought
look
Netflix
it up.
automatically jumps ahead if there's nothing, and then but it continues playing if there is something.
it will show you the big screen stuff where it says like, "Hey, watch this instead," maybe. And if you click off
no,
that,
like with Netflix's autoplay. With Netflix's autoplay feature, if there's something after the credits, it doesn't jump to the next video automatically.
well, I mean,
But if there's nothing
else
after the credits, as soon as it hits the credits, it jumps to the next episode.
Yeah, but it is also like the end of the series too and stuff. So there's nothing else like to jump to from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What David said.
David Dean.
So yeah,
That was a good scene. by the way.
Defenders is pretty good. But let's move on to our main topic. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a guy almost got ran over by a tractor, but passed out and died of embarrassment as his parents and the doctors laughed at him.
Didn't he pee himself too? I think
He did pee himself.
Yeah.
Konosuba, God's blessing in a wonderful world. It is such a great anime. Not everyone here may agree with that. Him. Oh, imagine I was nudging at Kareem right then.
I totally did not hear what you said.
Don't worry about it. It's fun. Let's roll with this shit.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
So, this was originally a light novel, and like many light novels do nowadays, it got made into an anime, and then they started printing manga for it. And it's all about the story of Sato Kazuma, a kind of just everyday, neat kind of nerd, who dies and gets reborn in a magical world. And because he's a giant asshole, he brings some poor, defenseless, useless piece of shit with him.
Well, in all fairness, she was being a total asshole to him.
Yeah, she was being such a dick to him too, and she totally deserved it. But you know, maybe the punishment didn't fit the crime. Let's say.
Well, she was rushing to him. She was rushing him. He specifically asked her anything, and she said yes.
Yeah, playing.
I think what I love about that though is that like.
And she was like hurrying him along, like, "Hey, can you just pick something?
Yeah,
go
can you
fast,
speed this up? You know, I got shit to do, buddy. You're not
And
my
said,
first.
"All right, well, then I'll pick you, since Miss Hurry Pants Fire, whatever."
Yeah, and mind you, she was paying so little attention. She said yes, and accepted it before anything triggered.
And so,
Wait, this must be cheating.
and so Sato, Kazuma Desu. Hi, I'm Kazuma, and his friend, his great
Kazuma.
great friend Aqua, the goddess that everyone loves.
She's a piece of shit.
And the cultists they hate.
They go through an adventure in the wonderful world, and they meet up with two other party members. So the entire show is a lampoon on the whole like isekai kind of falling into another world genre that has become so prevalent since Sword Art Online and Log Horizon and stuff like that.
It's kind of making fun of like Fate Zero and stuff too, isn't it?
But it's done good.
Not really. No, not really.
Or ReZero, or like whatever the one is where the guy keeps on dying, coming back and shit.
Well,
ReZero is a subversion of it.
yeah, ReZero. I'm pretty sure the authors of ReZero and Konosuba are friends or something. They have some sort of like either friendly or professional relationship, because there's a few nods in both series, and outside like promotional stuff that they did. But yeah, so they meet up with the Crimson Demon Megumin, which is the archetype of a glass cannon in an RPG that is like pretty much to a T the biggest example of that. She can explode one thing one day, then she passes out.
Used up all her points on the most epic explosion power.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
Totally
expect?
fucking useless.
It's terrifying because as the series goes on, it gets fucking bigger.
It does. She gets more experience points.
It's come on, man.
Like, I'm pretty sure the series just ends with her blowing the fucking planet up.
Actually, no. Actually, I have screenshots. At one point she had the equivalent of a nuclear detonation.
Yeah. She gets pretty crazy. And there is a reason. There is a reason
how far did you get in
why.
the series?
I finished it.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, if you didn't get that far in the series and you already...
No, look. Here's my opinion about the series. If it wasn't for the fact that we were reviewing it, I would have dropped it within 3 fucking episodes.
Well, you're wrong, and that's your right. So.
So which is? Am I wrong or am I right?
But you wouldn't have gotten like the best parts with Darkness then, because she's a fucking piece of shit. I love it.
And you know, that's the thing that I love and I hate about the show. It had some amazing fucking moments. but you have to really just have the not even the discipline, but just the fucking endurance to get through all that perverted shit. And it's just the poor fucking storytelling and shit arcs. And then it gets to the really good point, which almost makes it worth it.
What I love, though, is that any character arc just leads back to him getting money and not wanting to do shit again because he's a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be
like,
a deep
I got a life I
story.
needed now, I'm just gonna fucking...
Or him getting money and Aqua pulling in some stupid shit, putting them back in debt.
Because she's a fucking idiot, and I love it.
It's not supposed to be a deep story. It's supposed to be lampooning and satire of the entire, like, sort of this genre that keeps going. It's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, what it did for, like, Seinfeld and Friends and shit like that.
What I love is that this is the show where it's like the man from another world comes and is the hero of this world, but it's like he realizes like after like 5 minutes in this world it's not him.
Yeah.
Like he's not the fucking hero here. He's one of like dozens of people that have done this shit, and he's like, god damn it, like I'm gonna get like a cool sword. This is fucking dumb.
And one thing I'll say about the darkness shit, they do kind of overuse it, but it's never like no one really is turned on by that. Everyone thinks she's just kind of weird, like.
That is, unless you're also a sadomasochist, in which case you understand entirely what she's going.
Yeah, but she really doesn't run into a lot of her kin in the story, does she?
No. I'm speaking as a viewer.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Oh, he's trying to.
I'm also a sadomasochist.
Oh, all right. Just lay it out there then.
Okay, so what if
with her character, you see actual character development throughout the entire series. Same thing with what's his name? The main character, Aqua, not so much. The only character, like, she does have character development, but it's not development.
Yeah.
It's more like mellows out.
Yeah.
Like, she sort of come to accept her fate and status, and it's really weird, because, like, I could see, like, initially I was really turned off, because, like, are they actually going to go anywhere? Are they actually going to get anywhere in the fucking plot towards actually killing the quote-unquote Demon King? By the end of the first season, they knocked out one of them. End of season 2, they knocked out 2 more, which puts them like 3 out of 7.
Well, if you're gonna have that argument, then you can't watch any like modern anime because no one ever adapts anything.
As an anime of the style in another world, most of the time they're barely making any progression towards the actual final goal.
That's Japan thinking that anime is advertisement for light novels and manga, and not the other way around.
Yeah.
What I love about it, though, is that they're trying their damnedest not to actually get into a real fight, and they keep on just slipping on a fucking banana peel into, like, actually being heroes somehow on accident.
Yeah. And I love that...
what's that? Demon King? Fuck, alright.
Kazuma always takes the fall and takes the credit and stuff, and then always bites him in the ass at the end.
Well, it's like, that's one thing I like about him, but I really just don't like about the way the show is built, because it built so much of this situational, apparent perversion around his character, which is just defeating the fucking purpose. And it's adding so much extra fluff just to make it just to build the circumstance of tension around him. But in doing so, they're not actually giving him any flaws.
He does have flaws, though. He's dumb.
Name them.
He cannot fight.
He does.
No. They specifically state he is average at everything else, but has but is above average intelligence. Name actual flaws.
He's got godly luck, is what it really boils down to.
Yes, but actual flaws.
He's a lazy piece of shit.
Case in point with his 3 companions. One of which is a totally useless piece of shit and happens to be a god. One of them is burns out after 1 use, and the third one happens to be a fucking happens to be a masochist, and she can't hit for shit.
I think, like, Kazuma's flaw is that he has no motivation whatsoever. The second that he gets something that makes his life easier, he just wants to, like, just do that.
Also, he doesn't need to have, like, a really debilitating flaw, because he's playing the straight man in all of this. He, so they set this up where he has a party...
I agree with you. But they're creating this facade of perversion around him.
Like, what?
Of him being the pervert, with the way they keep on acting, then they create a situation that makes him appear to be a pervert, which they then comment on in episodes later to make it appear as if the entire town hates him. Then 30 seconds later, the entire town loves him again, and it keeps flipping back and forth, and it's just.
That's just the nature of comedy. Like, you're not supposed to take that much of the show seriously. It's like you don't really take that much of what happens to like something like Always Sunny in Philadelphia seriously, because if you did, they would all be in jail or dead or something. Like,
Sorry,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I guess Key and Peele gave me high standards for comedy.
Key and Peele's great, but there's a lot better.
Yeah, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert.
Dave Chappelle.
Listen,
Fuck Dave Chappelle. By that I mean I fucking love Dave Chappelle.
I saw him live. He's great.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to go see him in Radio City Hall, but paycheck, god damn it.
Oh yeah.
It was a good fucking show. I think I saw the same one that Dean saw. Maybe a different one though. Just same tour though.
Yeah, same tour. We did not see it together.
Yeah.
I would not be
But,
seeing
yeah,
it with you.
like-
There's also Dave Mitchell. Fucking Dave Mitchell is great.
Anyways, so this all boils down to what this show is. Is it a comedy or is it like a story-driven adventure show?
Why not both?
I think it's supposed to be a story-driven adventure show, but then it's just like every character in it is just a fucking idiot, so it makes it a comedy.
No,
I think it's
that's
honestly more character-driven than it is story-driven.
It's character-driven situational comedy. Like,
Yeah.
just the setting gives them more opportunities to do other things that you can't do in like modern day or in space or cyberpunk or whatever. It's just, it's background dressing.
Okay, no, there I agree with you, but just to bring this back to what I was just bitching about earlier, how much of that situational comedy revolves around him being framed as a pervert?
Only a little bit, man. A lot of it's Aqua being dumb. A lot of it's Megumin like exploding the same rock like for a month on end every day.
Okay. So like, how often does it get? How often is it crude, baseless, or otherwise poorly refined, with respect to framing him as a pervert, as panty and stalking was?
I was just thinking about Penny and Stalking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's only really, like, there's only, like, maybe 3 or 4 episodes that are based around him being a total fucking perv, and, like, the one is the one where they go to the fucking, like, sleep demon, like, bordello, and it's just him, like, alright, so this is all, like, made up, right? He just makes up, like, a fucking, like, just dirty-ass fantasy about one of his party members, and then, like, doesn't realize he's doing it for real. It's actually like kind of a driving force for like their sexual tension in the second half of the series, I think, too, a little bit.
No, because first episode that happened, episode 3, Panty Treasure's Right Hand, episode 5, Price of the Cursed Sword, second Death and Freezing season as well, whereas very first episode of season 2, which commented every single instance of it in the entire first season. Friend for Curious Demon Girl, same thing happened there. Where is it? I can't read fast enough, damn it. But you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, your argument is that the entire show revolves too much around Kazuma being a pervert as its main, like, driving force of humor.
Yeah.
And I don't really agree. Like, maybe, like, I just rewatched a little bit of season 2. I didn't rewatch the entire thing. I was reading the manga, actually.
Like, actually, with season 2, it was mostly the beginning of it. That happened a lot for, like, a solid 2 or 3 episodes. And then once it really got moving with the, what is it? With going to the other place, the last 3 episodes, basically.
Yes, the hot
The
spring
thing is,
town.
though,
Yes.
like, I would argue though that
And the Masked Knight as well.
Like him being a fucking pervert is what makes him go to the hot springs. He's like, wait, what? There's a mixed bath there? Like, yeah, we're going to that because
Also-
you feel bad,
Oh yeah,
right?
no, but something like that is a commentary on culture, which makes sense. Like with that one, same thing goes for when he goes to the succubi place.
Also, Kareem, you were asking us, like, what is Kazuma's flaw? Why can't his flaw be that he's a pervert?
Except he is just as perverted as any other male teen his age.
Yeah, pretty
But he's
much.
also from a different world too, so it's like
So the
he brings
standards
that
aren't the same.
perverted nature.
Actually, that's not the case, as we saw with the entire succubi corner house, alleyway place.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like
Because that's not just him; that's every single male adventurer in the entire town.
Not every single male adventurer in the entire town was in that succubus brothel.
Well, the vast majority of them were involved.
Oh, okay.
You
Also,
see,
I want to
you're
voice
moving
my
the
goalpost.
goalposts.
Fucking love.
You're moving the
about this series.
goalposts here, buddy. You're backing up. You're treading water here.
Yeah, so was Trump.
So there's something I fucking loved about this series that I forgot about. The one like big beefcake fucking dude with like the pink mohawk. I love how after like I think a season and a half or so they mentioned he's a fucking basket weaver.
It was
No.
One.
No, that wasn't the case. He looked over it, and saw his form, and it said basket weaver. So he assumed he was a basket weaver. Then when she gave him the form, it specifically asked what he wanted to be in the wet dream.
In the fantasy. Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's what it was. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So Carlos, you haven't been talking all that much. Usually in the background of discussions like this, anyways.
So I was thinking whether, like, how many of you would, like, do the succubi thing?
Oh, I would.
How many of...
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
No fucking, no hesitation right here, buddy.
It's a yes or no answer,
It's
and I know my answer is yes. So what about you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
a capital
shit, probably.
Y. Taylor would do it
There's
too.
no probably,
I
David.
need you to explain because I haven't seen season 2.
This was in
Your
season
crew
1,
chief
but
has returned.
this was in season 1, Taylor. But essentially, it's a brothel with succubus that come in your dream. It's come in your dreams, right? You go to sleep,
Yes.
and then they show up.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys just show up, and then they come looking like somebody of your choice, basically.
Yeah.
It's more than that. The premise is, with all the adventurers, they're typically either sleeping in stables next to party members, or otherwise sleeping in places where they can't perform their nightly ritual. So what they do is they go to the succubi brothel, they pay them some money, and they give them a wet dream.
Yeah.
And they could define all the details of said wet dream. And on the exchange, succubi get to suck a little bit of their vitality.
It's a win-win, baby.
Wait. And by vitality, you mean like
Life force.
age?
You drop a couple of hit points, man. You get
They
your
don't get
rocks
more
off.
specific than vitality.
It'll heal your
I
lactose
think
intolerance.
they just specifically mentioned health and mana. But
No, they specified vitality with respect to the succubi. Then later in the same episode, when he's blocking the succubi that his female partner is trapped, they specifically state again that she's going to suck out his vitality.
Yeah, well, they also reference he uses the drain touch ability and shit too to suck vitality out of people. So it's basically their way of saying hit points, I think.
No, which does drain life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happens to be specifically an undead ability.
What about the stealing ability?
Steal.
Like that one, I get where they were going with it, and then they took it so fucking far. Like I loved it at first, and then they just kept doing it. I'm like, okay, the joke's already been made. Now this is just getting stupid.
But you seem to forget when they have the perfect reason to show their great animation skills. When you look at Kazuma's hands, when he's getting ready for the...
I was thinking the very same thing.
Yeah, man, that was a great
I love
moment.
those creepy ass like yaoi hands in those scenes and shit. Where just like grubby little fucking fingers.
Like it is the perfect fluid motion. Like that shows great animation right there.
They spent all their budget on that.
Exactly. Yeah, they blew their load
I
on
also
that.
love too like his like creepy like just pervert like murder face he makes.
Yeah.
The fucking like shadows just like covering his eyes. He's just like, what have you done?
I'm probably gonna regret saying this, but the way they were fucking dressed, like, I really don't want to give into this rape culture shit, but for fuck's sake, they were barely wearing anything.
Walking down the street at that time of day, wearing that short skirt, these broads around here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you also gotta think about this. They like to get covered in toad slime, so...
Well, who does?
No, they
as
don't.
close
That's
as
just
possible,
darkness
the
and-
better.
That's just,
Darkness is a dirty birdie. She is.
Darkness just wants to be shamed.
Yeah. And you
She
know,
wants to be put in her place, man.
who can blame her?
I do love when they went to the fucking hot spring town and everyone's just like cursing her and shit, and she's like, you can just see her getting a little bit moist from that shit. Like,
I'm
she's
gonna follow her
fucking-
Maxis.
I love her.
There's thunder down under.
Turns away in disgust, spits.
Or her reaction to being lynched.
Oh yeah.
She's like, right behind the thing, like, oh yeah, this is fucking great. Like, shit, keep healing her, she's gonna fucking die. Like, this is great.
No, I fucking love Darkness the most when every single time they interact with one of the Devil King's generals. Very first time around, he's threatening to kill her, he's threatening to do all this shit to her, and she's getting fucking excited. Second time around, the mask gets on her and says, now I'll feed you with unimaginable pain. And she's just standing there, just getting off on it. He's like, what's going on?
What's
She does it more.
I'm confused, what's going on?
More excited.
See, those are great comedy bits, and I
Yes, they are.
She's like, yeah, do it. Fucking do it.
Yeah, I liked how she did she was being perverted with Verdia, the Gulahan, and then because it's like, hey, I'm not that kind of character, and then when you meet Wiz, and then she talks about Verdia, and then you see he's in the castle and he just rolls his head under to where it's
under her skirt.
Yeah. And it's like, well, he's a pervert too.
Wiz is kind of a weird character to me.
Yes,
Like,
she is.
She's very moe, but she's a fucking lich. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here with this.
Yeah, and it really comes out when she gets pissed off.
Yeah.
Although, the cool thing was that, like, I really liked in the last episode where she got actually pissed off and actually showed off her fucking fighting skills. And, like, she's actually kind of a badass. I like her.
Well, she's one of the generals.
No, even before that, she was one of the most powerful arch-wizards in the entire world.
Yeah, it sounds like she was, like, a really high-level wizard that died while fighting the Devil King and then got resurrected as a lich and put under his control, kind of.
Yeah,
sort of. That I find unclear because she specifies that the only reason she only agreed to work for him provided no civilian casualties.
Yeah.
It's fucking interesting.
No. Correction. She the agreement was that she would not interfere with the Devil King, provided no civilian casualties.
Which, it kind of sounds like basically he's sort of like a lawful evil sort of character and stuff, where it's like,
yes,
he's only doing evil because he's like designed to be the evil character in the game or something.
Not necessarily. I mean, no, you call them out as lawful evil is pinpoint because their prime thing is A, evil, and B, willing to form agreements and sticking to them.
It's fucking interesting, yeah. Like, he seems like I'm kind of wondering if I'm ever actually gonna meet the guy in the.
You know what? I actually had a hypothesis on that. The guy with the one we were mentioning earlier, Basket Weaver.
Basket Weaver, yeah.
Because every single time he turns and looks at them and comments on them, especially on the last episode, it really feels like he might be the Devil King in disguise or some shit.
That's definitely not the case because that guy's anime character only.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's not shown in the light novels at all.
Well, has the light novels even showed the Devil King yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they got
Then we still don't know for sure. And the author because if the author hasn't actually revealed who the Devil King is yet, or even drawn him, then the author has free reign to make it all pretty much any character.
It could even be me.
So you're saying they might have thrown a character into the anime specifically who is the Devil King, but you don't even know yet, is kind of what you're saying.
Possibly.
I guess you can kind of...
It's Cosmo.
Actually, it might be.
Or it could be another person
from out of panties or some shit.
But here's the thing: the Devil King could easily be another person who is resurrected in that world.
I think that, I think I've read that actually is the case.
Oh, he's like somebody else that actually got resurrected.
Yeah, because we know there's other people besides Kazuma that got into that world.
Yeah, like the dude that he steals the fucking cursed sword from.
I love that scene. I love their interaction.
Like, you know what? When I was watching that episode, it's like he picked up the cursor. I'm like, but what happens if you lose it? And then he casts fucking steel on it. And I'm like, oh, that's what you fucking get.
Loved it.
Then he sells it. Then he sells the sword away.
He just sells it for like base money, basically.
It's fantastic.
I love just how little of a shit he fucking gives in this world. Where it's like, you're the chosen hero. It's just like, yeah, about that shit. Like,
that's good drinking.
Nah.
But David, here's the fun thing about that. He had the option to choose among so many broken abilities, and he specifically stated that all of them were broken. And he ended up foregoing all of that specifically to fuck her over. So in practice, he still has to do this in order to go to the next life, or whatever. But he's doing so essentially at a penalty.
Yeah.
What I love about it, though, the most is that he thought he picked the best answer because it's like, she's a fucking god, she's gonna kick ass in this world, like, I'm never gonna die, and it's just like, she just kind of sucks at everything.
Well, no, well, he was still right. Her stats are through the roof on everything except for intelligence.
Yeah.
She has proved herself to be extremely fucking powerful, and they point out multiple times that her abilities are in fact god class in very specific instances. The entire cost of it is she's a fucking moron.
Oh yeah, she's a goddamn like shoe on head idiot.
Yeah, but you know what? Now that you bring it up, because thank you for bringing it up, because I mentioned it earlier to you guys on the chat when I first started watching it. This is GURPS 101.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You pay because she has a high amount of advantages, which comes up as advantage points. But in order to meet the cap level, in order to meet your cap for the given game, your entire character points has to be at a fixed level. If she took this many advantages, it would put it above that level. So in order to even it out, she has to take advantages. And when you overdo your character that much, you end up taking crippling advantages. Case in point, that GURPS actually does in the fucking book is if you make yourself overpowered, but then end up taking so many disadvantages that you have one arm, one leg, and you can barely walk, then you literally cripple your character, which is unplayable.
Unless you give them roller skates.
True.
But the point remains, because that is exactly what with all three of his partners.
Yeah, I kind of love that about them, is that, like, I love when they actually do get together and actually make it work. It's like, maybe once every 5-6 episodes or so, they actually do something that's fucking badass.
Yeah, and you know what?
They make all their stupid shit actually somehow function.
But here's the thing about it. Out of all three of them, Darkness has the most character development, doesn't she? Or rather, the most character...
Yeah, you learn a lot about her backstory.
No, I mean, like, RPG character development.
Oh, you mean like her stats and stuff?
Well, like her stats and her usefulness to the party improves noticeably over the course of the two seasons.
Yeah, and we learn a lot more about her backstory than we learn about Megumin, which is covered in like her own little manga.
And if I remember correctly, Aqua does not have a backstory.
No, she's just.
Or at least her backstory is going to be boring.
Her backstory is
a fucking god, dude.
Her backstory, she's from a dump. She's from the town dump, and yeah, she's like Swamp Thing, but she controls trash.
I'm the trash man.
You need a veto?
Every single time she tried to pull some shit on him to frame him as a pervert, I was just waiting for him to turn around and tell her, "Go ahead, I will walk out and leave you here to rot." Or better to tell like, "By all means, do that shit. I'll just take this, blow my brains off, and you're gonna be fucked."
But at the end of the day, what I like about this show and all these characters is they're all friends, but like they fuck with each other and everything, but they're all friends at the end of the day.
That was the highlight I found in the first few episodes during the winter, because like for the most part I did not like watching all that shit because I felt it was useless. Then he died. He had the interaction with Henry, Eris, and then all of that came to light.
Yeah.
That was some amazing character development for the entire party.
Yeah, the group as a whole is a great character. It's a great for party of RPG heroes.
They are more than the sum of their parts.
Exactly. Yes. They're like a great D&D party. Like everyone has like a rambunctious like D&D party like that, where they're all just giving each other shit, having a good time. But when shit hits the fan, they're ready to lay down arms.
Yeah, it's like every good D&D group has like, one guy who's just like, okay, we're in town now, I'm gonna go fucking steal some underwear. Like, why are you gonna do that? Like, I don't know, fuck you, that's why.
Yep.
But then, like, when they actually have a boss fight and shit, they actually, like, get serious, put their fucking serious faces on and actually go and fight shit,
Yeah. And think about it, like, if you're in Kazuma's situation, you probably would act, like, decently similar to a lot of these people. Like, maybe. If you had these kind of powers and you had this kind of situation to deal with, you would be goofy about it, I would think. I would.
I mean, I know I wouldn't take that shit responsibly. Like, I wouldn't do that responsibly at all.
Yeah.
Bing. We would all get the abilities to steal and to invisibility.
Oh, yeah.
And teleportation, and we're done.
Yep.
Okay, so I kind of want to talk about the Access Cult for a little bit, too, if you guys don't mind.
I've fallen for this before.
Not feel like a fucking level marketers.
You just went all robot voice, what?
Did they not feel like level marketing people? Touch me!
Is this that new Depeche Mode album?
It might be.
He's in Depeche Mode.
But, like, I think what I love most about those fucking guys, though, in the Access Cult, is that they are the same level of obnoxious as Aqua is.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect. Yeah, and you're that dude. What's up?
I think Carl's is talking to someone in his room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just like it was very interesting seeing the people that worship Aqua just being as much of a piece of shit as she is.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, this makes total fucking sense.
And in the manga for Megumin, she goes to the city like right after Kazuma and Aqua enter, and they meet some of those cult members, and they are definitely they're not good people. They're the worst. They're just.
Have you ever thought about it this way? What if you're the worst? What if they're the good people?
Man, both sides are at fault.
And I mean, like, I think these people are pretty great. I mean, they worship Aqua, and Aqua's a pretty alright person. Like, they follow in her footsteps.
A week from now, we're gonna hear about a story about an Axis cult member driving a car through a bunch of Era's counter protesters.
I mean, if you make a mistake, remember it's not your fault, and Eris pads her chest.
Eris does pat her chest.
That is slander, my friend. How dare you?
I kind of like how Kazuma starts to get kind of a crush on her. He's like, I should just keep on fucking dying so I come back. She's pretty cool.
Well, she actually cares about him, unlike fucking Aqua.
Like, yeah, the night and day comparison between him meeting Aqua and him meeting Eris, like.
Well, as far as Aqua is concerned, if he dies, she'll just fucking resurrect him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's why she doesn't value him at all.
I like that Eris is also the underling to Aqua, but she actually has a church of Eris, whereas Aqua has a cult.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's not even like a full-on fucking fledged church yet. It's just like a small like outcropping of people that like her. Whereas Eris is like a fucking entire like continent of people who love her.
What if those are the people that I met in the cruise?
Maybe, dude. You might have met the Access cult. They
no, they're not. No, because if he ran into the Access cult, they would have been trying to bring him on board.
Exactly. Hey, can you sign this for me?
Hey, how do you spell that? Yeah, let me do that. God damn it! I was fucking losing my shit at that part.
Yeah, that was a great bit. Just everywhere they walked in that city, there was just Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere.
I was actually surprised about the one guy being the fucking Devil King. I thought it was just some disgruntled guy who's just fucking tired of the shit.
It's like, nope. I want to destroy their source of water.
Good night, Taylor.
Taylor's going to sleep. He did a lot of good work this episode.
No.
Quote words, and just later, make sure you guys talk about Castlevania.
Castlevania?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot I fucking watched all that shit. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, just talk about it later.
Goddamn good shit.
Well, do we want to sum up our Konosuba discussion? Do we want to?
What more is there to
say about it? Have you guys watched the OVAs?
I have.
Yes.
I have not. Are they worth it though?
Yes.
One is a fan service episode. The other one is a lot of fun.
Cool.
The second season one is definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could watch the first season one, but it's very fan servicey. I think.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I thought it was fun.
Okay, but like fan servicey how though? Like who's it fan servicey?
Was that the one with like the collar?
Tits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get kinky. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, boy.
Who's getting kinky though? Is it Darkness?
Yes, it's Darkness Day. We know you love Darkness.
I have to go to his videotapes. Be right back.
Well, to be fair, he does almost anything except for doing any kinky shit.
Yeah. Dave's got to go to the Blockbuster.
I love too whenever Darkness talks about her perfect man just being like a lazy piece of shit. It's just like, oh man, you know what I love? Just a guy that has no fucking motivation, just sits on his ass all day and just tells me what to fucking do. And just like Kazuma just in the background and she's saying this.
That just reminds me of the moment, so like after they beat Veneer, and then he's like, alright, I'm just gonna set up in Wiz's shop and just like sell ideas that you come up with. So he makes a freaking Kotatsu.
Yes.
And then he just suddenly becomes really lazy because he's making like millions from that idea.
Yeah.
What exactly is a Kotatsu?
Actually, no, Ari, you're forgetting something.
Tent table or something?
A Kotatsu
he never got paid for that.
Yeah.
He was going to get paid, but he told, let's wait, hold off the paycheck and actually doing the actual trade itself until after they get back from the trip.
Dave,
which is at the end of the season.
A Kotatsu is like part table, part electric blanket.
Oh, okay. No, I kind of thought of something like that. Yeah, basically, that makes sense with the fucking flames underneath it and shit, too.
Yeah.
He's just super fucking nice and toasty underneath that thing.
It's just a good time. And they really like having tangerines with Kotatsus for some reason. I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool, though. So basically, he just invents a fucking, like, nice electric blanket and just chills out underneath like a fucking cat cave
Yes,
thingy.
he does.
Fucking cat tower.
And it's like Darkness trying to get him out, and then he just uses freeze touch on her.
Yeah, I love just like the fucking like hand just snaking out, just like freezing her neck. She's like, "Ugh!" He's like, get the fuck away from me.
And then Mega Man trying to get him out, and then he uses drain touch.
He's such a fucking piece of shit. Like, I really love him. Like, honestly, he's just such a fucking great character.
So if you guys do love the characters and everything, you should read the light novels, of course. But the manga is really good too. It's not caught up, like there's not translations out, I think, for the recent issues yet.
I think I read the manga, the actual one that's following the story.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories that go on in the manga, like that should be like tied into the anime that like they don't show. Like there's one where Kazuma goes with another party, and Darkness, Megumin, and Aqua go with another party. Like this, he switches parties with someone, and just imagine what those three do with some poor random person. And
How successful was his party?
He was great. He was fine. Kazuma did fine by himself with these three other people, but
no, that would have. They could have replaced how many episodes with that shit?
They could have done that in like 2 or 3, probably. Maybe 1 if they compressed it. But yeah, that I kind of wish they did that. There was another side story where do you guys care about spoilers for stuff?
No, not particularly.
No.
It's kind of like the Wiz side story, like the fan servicey OVA. But they go to Wiz and she has an item that takes Kazuma and the gang back to Earth. And so he shows them around, and they have a good time. And the last thing that Kazuma does is goes to his house and erases his internet history.
God damn, what a champion!
Like he doesn't go see his parents because everyone thinks he's dead. He goes back to his house, he gets his key, and he deletes his fucking internet history.
Well, it's also like everyone fucking laughed at him like pissing his pants and dying. So it's like fuck seeing his parents. They're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it.
Unless she was lying, because she could have been trolling him the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. We
wouldn't
may
it be a
never
fucking
know.
twist if like everyone actually did care about him back on Earth and she was being a bitch to get him to
Yu Yu
fucking
Hakusho.
resurrect in like the other world?
It's just the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
But if she was lying about it though, that kind of makes her deserve it even more, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the Megumin comic is a lot of fun too. It gives her backstory. It's not as long. There's a lot more of the main story out than that one.
Yeah, speaking of Megumi, wasn't me or was the her quote-unquote rival at one point specified as her sister?
It's not her sister. It's her best friend growing up. She has a sister, but she's doing other stuff.
So it must have been a translation thing.
Yeah.
I love I love the one episode where they have like the embarrassing like past memories ball or whatever they show. It just shows both of them being fucking pathetic.
Yeah, the one that refers to the other as Onisama.
Yeah. Union just has a lot of like intimacy issues where she wants to be close with everyone, especially Megumin.
Yeah. And then Megumin is just all chuny about it.
I kind of love Yun Yun because she's actually like a well balanced character that like she's a wizard that fucking put her points like evenly through shit, so she's actually competent.
Yeah. And
But she still somehow fucks up and loses to Megumin.
She was really
Megumin
confused
keeps
about the whole
doing, like,
explosion thing with Megumin when they were growing up. She really didn't get why she chose that path. There's a great scene like
the path of explosions. It's fucking wonderful.
when they're
I saw that scene in
when they're in school and stuff, and like they're picking out everything, and Megumin's like, "I'm gonna go explosion." Like, you can't even do that. You're not high enough level. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? That's the most useless.
Try me, bitch.
It's the most useless magic in the world. No one in this room pick it, like the teacher is saying in the front of the class.
No, she does that out of spite.
Actually, it's not spite. She has a reason for picking explosion magic, which I'll leave
Because it turns her on?
I'll leave that to.
Explosions are fucking awesome. That's why.
It's actually a
No,
backstory
getting
thing.
a new staff turns her on.
It's a backstory thing with her. She has an experience with someone else that uses explosion magic, and that gives her drive. Kind of like a Akko shiny chariot thing from Little Witch Academia.
Yes.
It's kind of like the reason why Josuke in Part 4 has a fucking pompadour.
Yes.
Why you
Yeah.
asking me that question? Like,
No.
They show a backstory of why he has the pompadour, and then they never go back to it. And it's fucking infuriating. So it's like it makes you think that maybe Josuke time traveled back in time to save himself as a child or something.
yeah.
And then it's just like, hey, so is that actually like what happened with that? And the author's just like, I don't know.
No, he had I think he was planning on doing something with it, and then he just kind of decided against it afterwards. So
It's fucking weird.
Alright, let's conclude this Konosuba talk with everyone talking about what they feel of the series now from the second viewing. Kareem, I know this is the first time you've gone and talked about it, so we'll do you last. So Dave...
Well, I've already said everything I needed to say.
Well, like, you can just sum it up. So Dave, will you rewatch this at some point? What do you think of it? Like, would you be interested in, like, reading more of it, like the light novel, the manga, stuff like that?
I'm definitely excited for part 3 of it, if there is a part 3, because it's a really fun watch, because, like, I love the characters in it. They're just a bunch of fucking crazy idiots that somehow make it work.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like a D&D party a lot. Like, I really like shows that take, like, an adventuring party and makes them seem like a D&D group, like something that I would do in a game, probably, you know?
Yeah. Alright, how about you, Carlos?
Well, I loved it back then. Well, no. I loved it even more after the first talk we had. You know, when we first talked about it, I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah.
I finished it, like, 2 days after our first talk.
Yeah.
And, you know, rewatching it now, it's just good. I actually showed it again. I introduced it to one of my friends here recently, and he started watching it as well.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm trying to say is, show that you can rewatch.
It's
a
good.
lot of times.
And you got all those doujinshis too. Do you want to read those?
Yes.
I know what you do in your free time.
I played the 5th.
How about you, Ari? I think I probably know your opinions, but
I definitely enjoy it. When I have a bit more time and I've cleared some things that I already need to go through, I'll try to go through the light novel.
Yeah.
But definitely have some fun, and it was enjoyable rewatching it.
And at the end, Kareem, tell us your summed up thoughts about this show and the experience of watching it.
It had a large number of highlights. I loved a lot of sections of it, but with all the storytelling and the framing for the perversion was so fucking bad. I would have dropped it I would have dropped it within the first few episodes of season 1, if we were not going to be reviewing it.
Yeah. So
I think that's it. It best says what I'm saying. Best says itself with respect to the live commentary I was giving you guys.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily
how quickly I was wondering what the fuck was going on, and my reaction to it up until I finally had a highlight. Then I was hooked essentially. And then going into season 2, that shit happened again, and it took up until he died.
So yeah, you didn't necessarily hate it. There was just stuff you liked about it, and there's stuff that really rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah, I think it's been made very clear how much I do like the show.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know, everyone can be wrong sometimes. Hunter's not here, so I can't shit on his opinions, even though I know he likes the show. So
Hunter.
You're my punching bag now,
Everyone makes
Kareem.
mistakes, that's why they have erasers and pencils, you know?
Alright, so yeah, I would really hope Studio Dean puts out a season 3. I haven't heard that much, but there was an announcement, a month and a half ago, about some new project. Nothing else has been said about it. So we have no idea if it's like a game, if it's more manga spin-offs, or if it's a season 3.
Oh, I would absolutely play a game of this thing, actually. If they made a game with, the RPG system they have in this, I'd totally fucking play that shit.
There's a few out. They're all 2D side-scroller things.
Turns out it's a Konosuba pachinko machine.
Hell yeah!
Oh. I mean, shit, I'd still play it.
Yeah.
So I get to drop Aqua on her face?
That's... Face down.
Ass up, that's the way we Aqua fuck.
You know the drill.
I don't know. That's how Darkness does it, probably, right?
So yeah, it's a great show. It's one of my favorite comedies, but I haven't seen Gintama, so maybe I'm just a scrub. And
I need to
No.
get that too.
Konosuba's amazing.
I mean, you are a scrub, but you're not wrong either.
thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
So, if I remember the voting correctly, it is Kareem versus Carlos in this last round.
All right.
I think we already know what I'm going to go for.
Can you guys guess what I'm going
Up
for?
you go.
By the way, so I'm gonna open this up. Kareem, I don't think you were with us when we did East versus West, but you can do Western cartoons as well.
Oh, right. Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to hold off on that because I know someone wanted to do... oh, shit. I'm up against Carlos right now, aren't I?
Corey's gonna fight
Fuck! I know he's going to call out. I know he's going to... I'm probably going to end up
So
voting.
yeah,
But Kareem, remember, so if you lose this, then the next week you have the pick. You're the one that gets to decide. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
that'd be the end of the
You've already
cycle.
made us watch Eromanga Sensei, so I trust you can't make anything fucking worse than that.
Or IMO. That's the show that
Do you really want to make that a challenge?
I'd vote for it.
Motherfucker, don't you dare.
Skelter Heaven.
Alright, so
it was Hunter who did Aramanga,
and I voted
not
for
me.
it.
Nardine.
But you but
All right, Carlos, you want to go first?
yeah.
Yes, and I'm going for the greatest show that Disney has completed recently. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Gravity Falls while Kareem thinks about his choice. Gravity Falls is essentially, think of like Twin Peaks and a little bit of X-Files and like some like just crazy stuff, but centered around really fun, really clever humor that both adults and children can enjoy. It's about two kids that go move in with their grunkle Stan in Gravity Falls, Michigan, I believe? Oregon, yeah. And he's got this tourist trap mystery shack where just, like, the worst of the worst...
Spooky shit happens. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of, like, hokey bullshit that turns out this actually is real, like, mysterious shit in the town.
And one thing I love about the show is its attention to detail. Like, so Alice Hirsch, the guy that made the show, in every episode he put in cryptographs and, like, backwards audio recordings and just little secrets everywhere, like, to piece together the mystery of this show. And he loved the world that he was building, and something I really respect him is that he planned this out for 2 seasons, and then he was done. He didn't continue it, he was done. He told the story he wanted to tell. And
The book. Oh, and Dean, did you know about this? When the show ended, in the very last scene where you see, like, the Bill statue, that's actually real.
Ow, Jesus.
Shit. That's my place right now.
Let me turn you down.
The show's so hot it makes this fucking apartment on fire.
Alright, you guys good?
Yeah.
Well,
Not my
Alright,
house,
so, like, when the show ended, there was one last mystery.
Well,
And
don't.
throughout the world, like, Alex Hirsch has sent people to, like, put clues and, like, cryptographs, like, in real life. And it's, like, documented on Twitter, where, like, people would go from one location to the other and find pieces of this hidden puzzle. I didn't actually follow up on it, but it was solved within, like, 2 weeks, and,
Man,
like,
yeah.
you know, this show went from, you know, to it on in real life, is what I'm trying to say.
And, like,
You know?
when we say it's, like, one of the best animated Western cartoons, like, of, like, the last few years, that's saying a lot, because we got, like, Rick and Morty, we got Regular Show, Adventure Time, Over the Garden Wall. There's been so much great stuff that has come out of our side of
Adventure
the...
Bros.
So
That's
that
okay.
the
False
convenient
alarm.
lack of Steven Universe in that listing there.
No one likes that show.
Fuck you.
I'm back.
It's whatever, man. It's whatever. I don't fucking care.
So, yeah, that's our pitch for Gravity Falls. Kareem, what's your pick?
Alden Nowhere Zero.
I'll know it's Zero. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
What is that about?
What is that one?
Okay, it's a mecha anime. It's a short mecha anime, 2 seasons, 24 episodes. Essentially, someone discovered a hypergate on the moon, allowed you to teleport to Mars. People who went there, who settled there, discovered alien technology, created the Martian Empire. You're going to see some clear resemblances to Gundam. The primary difference, though, is when the Empire Mars declared war against Terra, i.e. Earth. They declared war with mecha units that basically had alien technology involved with it. So like manipulating gravity and teleportation and shit. They attack, but then the hypergate on the moon explodes, stranding the entire Martian army and around Earth. They basically try to destroy Earth, but it ends up turning into a war between both parties. That's basically swinging back and forth depending on who does what.
Is it anything like The Expanse or Leviathan Rises or any of that kind of stuff?
I would call this much better than The Expanse.
Really?
With The Expanse, it starts off very slow and moves slowly forward. With this one, the ceasefire is shattered at the end of the very episode.
Alright.
And the thing is, you have people on both sides of it who are both trying to fight for what they believe in.
Yeah.
And it's made very clear that there are people on both sides who are... How do I put this? You see that same tension with two opposing sides where you're trying to explain that neither one of them is necessarily wrong.
So there's a lot
but there are people on both sides who are doing terrible things and are, like, without a doubt, we can collectively call it wrong. But then there are also people fighting on both sides of the war who are just trying to survive or do what's best for themselves or their people.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of shades of gray political intrigue.
Yes.
Alright.
Additionally, the main character for the Terran side is very similar to Lelouch in like pure strategy and emotionless shit, whereas the main character on the Martian side is very emotional and more compassionate.
I'm gonna nudge Ari right here and say this sounds a lot like Legends of the Galactic Heroes to me, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, Legends of the Galactic Heroes set the tone for a lot.
Yeah,
of
exactly. Yeah, we wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that we have now without that show. I understand. But yeah, you're lucky that Hunter isn't here because he hates giant robots and he would never vote for this show.
On the other hand, he would love to see Legend of the Galactic Heroes if we were talking about the same premise of
pretty
two
much,
sides
yeah.
fighting.
That dude hasn't seen Evangelion because he doesn't like giant robots.
What he doesn't understand is that Evangelion is a deconstruction of giant robots.
We can't keep
We
saying
didn't understand to get into fucking robot shit, you piece of shit.
So what you're saying is, in a few weeks, we need to force Hunter to watch Evangelion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
But for now, let's do our voting. I'm gonna type it out.
And like we cannot vote for our own things, so you and me are out for now.
Yeah, so you guys just sit it
between-
out.
Yeah, it's
One more thing I should mention is that Eldor Zero has some fucking amazing anime songs. All of which have English covers.
So does Gravity Falls. That has very sentimental notes and songs
a lot of great
and
anime.
visuals, and oh my god,
Dane, are you making a poll for this?
Sure.
it's only 3 people.
Yeah. It's not. We don't have like the 7 people at the beginning of a. Oh god, this is gonna be loud. Oh no, I already cranked down.
Is that playing over the speakerphone?
Okay.
I can mute it.
Dane, I
Copyright.
All right. So we're not going to do a poll bot for this because we don't have it's not the beginning of a cycle and we don't have 7 people putting forward shows. So just type that shit out. So it is Gravity Falls versus Aldnoah Zero. I just typed in. Kareem, you have to abstain, and Carlos, you have to sit this shit out too. I will type in my vote. Are you guys ready to press enter?
Yep, ready.
Alright.
And go. Clean sweep.
Hey, finally, I am so happy. I would just like to thank my mom and my dad and the devil for helping me achieve this goal.
So yes, Carlos has won this bid for watching Gravity Falls. It would be our 3rd East versus West, if I remember correctly, right? Because we did Avatar,
I think so, yeah.
and we did Samurai Jack, and now we're doing Gravity Falls.
I am just happy my war is over.
And
Next,
Ari finally has to watch this show now, which is something I've been working on for a while.
Yeah, I started watching it, I don't remember, some time ago, but I think I stopped a few episodes in.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to ask me or Dean anything about it. We will.
Or me, I've also seen all of it.
Really?
Same. So this is really just making us making Ari watch it all then, huh?
Pretty much.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Fucking
sure.
brilliant.
So then I have a question for those of us who already seen it. How many of you guys were watching it live and were actively trying to decrypt the
Oh man, totally, man. Me and Carlos were doing that shit.
I was trying to do that, and then I got lazy, just went on Reddit and saw people already did it.
Of course, me and Carlos were usually doing that while
Shit.
me and Carlos were usually doing that while intoxicated in various substances. But you know,
Oh, hey, do you remember when we did the bill shape out of the oregano?
yeah. Oregano, that's a code word.
The devil's herb right there.
So is this basically the same idea as also getting me to watch Game of Thrones while everyone else is caught up?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
Kinda.
just
Yeah,
this is
which
2
I
seasons.
finally.
Dude, you're missing out on the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, it's a dragon. No,
Blue Eyes
hey.
Ultimate Dragon.
No.
They know what I'm talking about.
And it's super
Blue Eyes
effective against
Gold
dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah,
Remember, he's gold. He's not blue.
Yeah.
but I finished season 5, so all I can say is you want the good girl, but you need that bad pussy.
Yeah, you do.
I will ban you from chat. I will somehow get my permission to ban you.
Good picture.
All right,
Season
guys.
5 is the lowest point of that show. Like, the fucking sand snakes are terrible.
But they're so hot.
Oh my god. I just found something even better.
He's the bad pussy.
Ari, this image is for you. As soon as I can paste it.
Bad pussy.
And so, just like last time, this will be 2 weeks from now. It should be September 7th when we next meet for this. I'll remind you guys in case you're forgetting stuff. But yeah.
Oh wow, that's Labor Day.
Is that Labor Day?
Labor Day is like
Labor Day is the 4th.
Oh, I
yeah,
can't.
it's after Labor Day.
Might be at Dragon Con, but probably fucking not at this
I
point.
can't wear white on that episode. Then remind me, guys. I don't want to be.
Yeah, I might be at Dragon Con, but probably not.
I don't want to commit a fashion faux pas.
Oh man,
What?
okay, I get easy and white after Labor. Funny
Oh.
joke.
Funny joke. Alright. So Gravity Falls is the name of the game. We'll tell Hunter, hopefully his tummy will be not shitting blood. But, you know.
If he's having trouble with his tummy, you can just give him some maple juice.
Exactly.
Or
That'll clear it right up.
give him some Chipotle.
It is full of
That's
glitter
what
and
blood.
dinosaur toys.
Poop. Guys,
Poop away.
why do we even need to do anything? Just unicorn blood.
Exactly.
But he'll live only a half life then.
Then we can shoot up to unicorn blood.
It's a cursed life.
I mean, is it any different than getting the Shinigami eyes?
Not really. Oh, speaking of that Death Note movie is going to come out soon.
Dean, question.
What's up?
How fucked up would it be of me to like go to Egypt or someplace and carve Bill's symbol into one of the
I think that's actually how you summon him to this reality. So I'd say
Yeah.
No. I mean carve it into an archaeological site.
Well, then you'll be helping him see even more.
Just put
Oh
it.
man, if you did that, I think I'd have to actually slap you myself.
Just put it right under the taint
Find
of
you
the
to fucking
Sphinx.
slap you for like defacing some like monuments and shit.
Slaves built those things, Dave. What are you talking about? I bet you're one of those
I mean-
alt-writers.
Listen, man, like they did a good fucking job. Okay,
Also-
I want to appreciate that
Also,
shit. Okay?
Kareem's Egyptian, so I'm pretty sure he has the right to do it.
Yeah, no.
That's
well,
pretty good.
yes, I am Egyptian, but no one has the right to do that. The
Yeah.
pyramids. No, because seriously, man.
Oh,
they had
I'm
to
gonna museum.
no,
What is Yu-Gi-Oh?
guys, bit of trivia for you. They had to shut down the pyramids and tourists going through the pyramids because people are sweating so much. The salt in the air that's being produced by your sweat is eroding
Oh,
all of the carvings and color.
Oh man, that sucks.
And there's so much traffic going through there that it's literally eating the paint alive.
Fucking
Man.
weird, man. Right?
No, that's why if you were to go to the Met in Manhattan, they have an entire Egyptian section. The entire area is cooled.
Well, for
Did you guys
more
keep
actually
people
know
from
that,
sweating.
for more great Egyptian trivia, please tune in next week to a bunch of Dicksniffers talk about anime. But let's end this episode here, folks.
Ta-ta!
Give everyone a
Bye.
goodbye, farewell,
Ciao.
so long.
You ever smelled a man's penis?
Oh yeah.
I don't think that was the answer I was expecting.
Anime was a mistake.